Hi guys, in today's video I'm going to be reviewing a self tanner for you guys. I love doing self tanner, but I honestly haven't done much since being pregnant just because I don't want to use it too much and I'm just kind of lazy, honestly. But Bali Body came out with a new self tanner and I do have a full Bali Body self tan review on my channel. If you guys haven't seen that video, I can link that one. That is the ultra dark, just like their regular mousse, so I can leave that one in the description or link it above if you guys are interested in their other products and reviews of that self tanner, because I do have that on my channel. Bali Body's regular self tanner and Loving Tan are kind of my favorite two mousses. So when Bali Body came out with this one, this is their new one, I was super excited to try it. So this is their clear self tanning mousse. This is what it looks like. So this one is actually in the shade Light, and I normally am an ultra dark self tan wearer, so I was very interested because I wanted to try out something a little bit more natural, a little bit less high maintenance, because if you do a deep tan, you have to be really meticulous about making sure it looks right, and sometimes you just don't want to look like bronze tan. So I feel like right now when I'm pregnant and I haven't been tanning as much, I kind of wanted something just a little bit more natural. So I was drawn to this new clear self tan in the shade Light, and it's supposed to be zero transfer, which is amazing because pretty much all the self tanners that I use do transfer, but it washes right out. So it'll transfer on my t-shirt that I'm wearing, it'll transfer on my sheets, but then I just wash them and it comes out. But it'd be pretty cool if it didn't transfer at all. So I was really drawn to this product for those two reasons. In this video, I'm going to be applying this, showing you the before and after, and telling you guys an in-depth review on it. So I actually have already applied this self tanner, and I will insert the application clips that I took as I explain the pros and cons of this and what I think about it. But I did want to film this portion of the video when I actually have the tan on, so you can see what this one looks like applied. First thing I want to say about this is this one is different than the other Bali Body products that I've used and other self tan products I've used, because the foam comes out white, and that was actually very intimidating to me at first because I like a color guard. I like to be able to see where I'm applying the tan, see if there's any mistakes or blotches or anything like that, and I was pretty intimidated thinking that I wouldn't be able to see anything until it develops, and then it's too late if there's a streak or if you miss a spot. But the formula of this one, I would describe it as almost a little bit more moisturizing than the ultra dark that I've used and the other Bali Body products that I've used. It's easier to blend out and it feels like you have more time with it. I noticed as I applied it to the skin, it didn't feel like I applied and it just soaked right in and it was dry. It felt like I had some working time to massage it into the skin, and it felt like it went pretty far. It didn't feel like I had to use a ton of pumps because they were drying quickly. So that was a pro, and that made the white, like no color guard, less intimidating because I felt like I had more time to cover my skin with it and make sure I didn't miss any spots. So I was just extra careful in the way that I was applying. I put some pumps on the mitt. I actually did use the Bali Body mitt that they sell, and I really like this one. It has the little thumb hole, which I actually found really helpful for getting in my fingers and just different areas. It was nice. Loving Tans that I use has just like this part, it doesn't have the thumb. The only thing is then when you switch sides or whatever, you have to flip the mitt so your thumb is on the right side. But I really like this mitt. It applied this really nicely. So I found that to be super user friendly, and it didn't dry as fast. So if you're a beginner, I highly recommend this formula because it does give you some more time. The smell of this one is pretty typical of a self tanner. I personally dislike the smell of most self tanners. It to me smells exactly like any other self tanner, because I know people have questions about the scent. I find it doesn't smell like coconutty or like beachy or anything. It just smells like self tanner. But it's not bad, it's not good, it's just kind of what it is. So The scent didn't bother me. I never like that smell. But once you shower and it comes off, you don't smell like self-tanner. So it's just kind of part of it if you're gonna self-tan. So after I applied everything, I found it really easy just because it felt moisturizing. The mitt was really nice. The product seemed to go a long way. And then the thing about this that's different though is that because there's no color guard, you really can't see your work and you can't see anything until it develops. So that kind of threw me off at first because I like to see where I put the tan, and I also kind of like that instant gratification of I have color now, because this one, there's no difference when you put it on. It's white, it's clear, there's no color, and that might be why there's no transfer, because there's no color guard is what I'm assuming. So this one, you really do have to wait until it develops. So there's a couple options. You can wash this off after 1 hour, or you can allow 4 to 8 hours for a deeper tan. I personally would not wash it off after 1 hour because I didn't see much development after an hour. I want to actually feel tan when I use a self-tanner. So I had maybe like a tint of warmth to my skin after an hour, but not enough to warrant having to apply and do all that just to wash it off and barely look different. So I would personally recommend 4 to 8 hours in this one. I just put it on before bed and went to sleep in it because it is no transfer, and I can tell you that. I got none on the t-shirt I was wearing. I got none on my sheets. That is something that I will say is really cool about this, is that it didn't transfer on anything. So in the morning, I woke up, I looked at my skin, and this is the color that I got. You can see in the clips that I add kind of my after and how it's just a nice bronze, which is really, really beautiful. It actually has more color than I anticipated it having because I use the shade ultra dark normally. Light seemed like it just was not gonna do much, but this one actually gives you quite a nice bronze color. If you can see, no part of me feels disappointed, like, oh, I wish this would have gotten deeper. You guys can see on my shoulders, like, I have a really nice color to my skin now. Another thing about this is when I got in the shower to rinse it off, no brown came off in the shower. That's something that happens with tans with color guards. You get in the shower, you rinse it off, and all the brown kind of runs off, and then you're left with your tan. This one didn't do that, and I was a little nervous that I was just gonna shower and it was all gonna come off, because something about the shade light when you're used to ultra dark, I just assumed it wouldn't really stick, but it did. No tan came off in the shower. No color guard seemed to go down the drain, and it just all stuck to my skin and left me with this beautiful tan. That's one thing I feel like can be nerve-wracking about trying new products, is I have gone and gotten spray tanned and things like that, where then when you take a shower, it just all goes down the drain and you're like, what did I just pay $50 for? I can see my normal skin color again and I'm not even feeling that tan. This one really sticks to the skin, and I just find it so cool. I don't know how they do this clear formula with zero transfer, but it was really awesome, and it exceeded my expectations because I feel like I am a ultra dark, super bronze tan lover, but the more that I use this color, the more I actually really like it, because I feel like the skin just looks a little bit more natural. It doesn't look like I have been in Mexico for a week and I am like bronze, which I love that, but sometimes it's nice just to add like a little bit of color to your skin. And honestly, I don't feel like this is light. Like, to me, I would call this medium. I did put a couple of layers. I always put about 2 layers of self-tan on, so that's how many I did to get this tone. And I feel like this looks like a nice medium golden tone. I don't feel like this is super, super light, which is awesome. So if you guys are a beginner at self-tanner, or you're just looking for something a little bit less intense, more natural, you just want like a glow to your skin, I would highly recommend this one. This lasts me for 1 to 2 weeks depending on the upkeep, if I'm moisturizing, if I'm exfoliating a lot, whatever it may be. This lasts me pretty long. I actually really, really love Bali Body's formula. The ultra dark one, I can use 1 light layer and I am super bronzed. This one I did do 2 layers just because I wanted to be sure I covered everything and I wanted to get a good color payoff. So this is what everything looks like with 2 layers with this one. So to keep up with this, I've just been adding lotion. I do still use my loofah and scrub, so this generally lasts me, I would say, I don't know, a week to a week and a half if I'm scrubbing with my loofah a lot and really exfoliating the skin. If I am not exfoliating a ton and moisturizing a lot, I can make this tan last a couple of weeks. So if you guys have been looking for a little bit more of a natural, low maintenance, easy to use self tan, I highly recommend this new one from Bali Body. I've had really good things to say about their other products, and this is no exception. I just love this. This brand and Loving Tan are definitely my top 2 self tan brands. And I just feel like this one is so user-friendly. There's no transfer, so if you're new to tan and you're worried about it getting on things and all that, this takes that away. You're not gonna have stained clothes or stained sheets. The nice thing too is you can wear white afterwards and you're not gonna get tan on it, which is amazing because I feel like I always wear white after I put on self tan because you just look so bronzed and summery. This one's nice because there's no transfer, and it's a really nice option if you just want like a pretty glow. It gives you enough color without being too much. So I highly recommend this one. I really liked the mitt with it as well. So I hope that you guys found this review helpful. I hope that seeing the before and the after and the application and hearing the pros and cons about this one kind of helps you if you're interested in this product. I love to watch self-tan reviews because I am so into self-tanning that I find it really helpful to know the smell and if it stayed on and if it washed right off and if there were streaks. I didn't have any blotches or streaks with this one, which is pretty impressive for a white foam with no color guard. So this one is going up on my list. I have actually chosen to apply this one over my Ultra Dark a few times now, which is saying a lot for someone who normally prefers a deeper tan, that I'm choosing this one in the shade Light. So that's my thoughts on the Bali Body new Clear Self Tan Mousse. If you guys are interested in this product, I will link it below so you can easily find it. That'll be in the description box. I hope that you guys found this video helpful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe before you leave. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!